Welcome back to Daily Dose. My name is Robert. This is BJ.
I feel like I was just here
Wait, what?
again.
Oh, welcome back. we're in Mansfield, Ohio, for the 30th anniversary of the Shawshank Redemption, my favorite film of all time, and a film that we now make a flagship part of the Day One program, which uses cinema therapy. Tell me what you know about cinema therapy and why you think it works.
So, cinema therapy basically, you have a handful of movies that everyone pretty much can cling to. And Shawshank Redemption, Field of Dreams, you've done In and Out,
Inside
and
Out, right? Yep.
In and Out.
We need a burger.
In and Out burger. Five Guys are in that movie.
Oh, that's a good one. Give me a Whataburger and we got ourselves
That's right.
it.
But all these movies, a lot of people are familiar with. And like you say, people are drawn to them for a reason because they deal with human elements that aren't always talked about in the open. And they expose them in a way where you see someone else be affected by it.
Yeah.
And we just watched a panel of the actors together, and they say the reason why it came across so big on the screen is because of their vulnerability and playing their roles. They were able to just let loose and become those characters.
Yeah, they mentioned trust. That's a big word that they had. They all had trust, number one, in the script, and number two, and the man who wrote the script was the director, Frank Darabont. So trust was massive, and that allowed all of them to then expose their vulnerability, to then expose their humanity, and even the characters who were thought of as evil, or
Right.
right? I mean, Boggs is one of the most evil characters there is.
Yep.
But in the glimpse of humanity they gave him, that let us know, okay, as we were saying, it's his turn, and he, you know what? I mean, the bell tolls for everybody at some point.
There wasn't a main character in the movie that didn't have to become vulnerable at one point.
Yeah.
And so it no matter how badass a guy was,
Right.
or Tommy comes in and he's got kind of like that 50s feel where he's got a chip on his shoulder, and but he becomes vulnerable and allows himself to buy into getting his high school equivalency exam. And he says,
I don't learn so good.
I don't learn so good. And so he has to, you don't learn so well. What? Well and good? We'll get to that later.
Oh, and you can get these shirts, by the way. We'll put it in a link. Please support us. So keep going.
So he becomes vulnerable to achieve this dream. He has a wife and child now. He wants, Andy even challenges him. You're not such a good thief, are you? You keep getting caught.
What you know about a Capone?
Right. So maybe you need to change your ways. And, this is true. What we want prison to be, to reform and to change your ways and to become a different person. And Andy is providing that for people. And I think he said at one time he provided it for 12 different people to get their high school equivalencies, and now it's Tommy's turn. And it's not easy. And at one time he takes a test and he crumples it up and throws it because he thinks he did horrible.
Right.
And he says, this doesn't matter anymore. I'm just going to go back to being who I'm going to be.
Yeah.
And then it turns out he passed the test.
Yeah. And I love, again, going back to vulnerability, because, right after that scene, Andy's gone because he's gone off the rails trying to tell the warden the story, right? And, they get the test while Andy's in the hole, and he doesn't want to look at it. So you gonna look at that thing or stand there with your thumb up your butt?
Right.
Thumb up my butt sounds pretty good.
Come on, just throw it away, man.
Right?
Just throw it away.
And they make him look at it.
Yep.
And again, that vulnerability, that fear of, okay, the chickens have come home to roost, that thing. And I think all of us know that feeling of it was some kind of test where we knew we just did terribly. And maybe it wasn't that bad, or maybe, and if it was that bad, guess what? It didn't kill us either. Right. It hurts to go through it, but guess what? We got better somehow.
And you found out you had allies you didn't even realize.
Yep.
Even the prison guard came to Andy in solitary and said, hey, the boy passed.
C+ average, just thought you'd want to know.
Yep.
And so there's Andy who really has made Tommy like a son, right? And and such, again, a terrifically vulnerable, beautiful moment. And you're so right to point out the prison guards showing respect to Andy.
Yep.
Right. They, not only is he doing them service in terms of their taxes and everything, but he's showing them how to be better people. And they know it too.
Every time he had an opportunity to do something for himself, he turned the reward over to others.
Yeah.
I mean, the bottles of beer, he didn't drink any of the beer. I gave up drinking.
Right.
Well, why even ask for the beer unless you're going to give it to someone else?
It makes you feel more like a man.
Right.
Right.
That's right.
He knew, it would make him and all of them feel human again. That's what
Right.
Red pointed out. He just wanted to feel human. And right. So there we are, humanity and vulnerability and all that good stuff. All right. That's it for this dose. But again, I want to remind you, these shirts are available. Andy taught me good and well. There on the back, they say escape with the Shawshank Hero's Journey at yesandexercise.org. We got the new program of the Parkinson's Prison Hero's Journey to Escape, the Shawshank Hero's Journey, public facing, starting up here at the end of August. Please sign up today. The links are below, and we'll give you a lot more soon. All right. See you in the next dose.